Hello, and thank you for joining me. So today I have a really big knife from Kansept, and usually it comes in this pouch, but apparently it's so big they put it in this bag. I went ahead and took it out of the box, but let's see what we're dealing with here. Now I handled the prototype, but there have been some changes to this thing, and there it is. This thing is massive. And I guess I got number 76, so I guess there's a limited run on these, but here it is. Just a beast of a knife. Just a big slab of titanium. And as you guys can see, this is a frame lock. And the steel is, I believe it's S35VN. So you're getting a big piece of steel for the blade as well. You have a flipper tab for deployment, which has some really nice jimping on there. And then the prototype that I handled at the show didn't have a hole, so you do get a hole for deployment as well. Let's give this thing a flick. And yeah, there it is. We got a giant hawkbill blade with a beautiful stonewash. I think Kansept does a really great stonewash, as you guys can see right here. Looks like we get a nice swedge on top of the spine, almost all the way to the back of the spine. Really nice. And let's check out the other side. And Warhawk is the designer. I don't know too much about him, but if I can find his Instagram, I'll link it down below. And here is the pocket clip, which is a milled titanium pocket clip, beautifully done. And I like that they skeletonized the pocket clip. Let me check it out in pocket really quick. See how it does. Oh yeah, slides in and out, no problem. The tension is a little on the weak side, which is very strange because this is a very large knife. So I'd imagine it could just slip right out. But maybe I can take the pocket clip off and bend it to create more tension. But the finish on the titanium is bead blasted. You have, I want to say, let's see if that's T8. I am curious. The body screws are, in fact, T8, and the pivot is T8. I almost thought that they might have gone maybe T10 or T15 for the pivot, but T8 works for me. I really like that jimping up top. It's not crazy aggressive, but it does feel good on the thumb. Let's check out the ergos. So because this thing is insanely large, you do have a lot of real estate. So ergos are really good without even me choking up. But if we do choke up here on this sharpening choil, the ergos are really good as well. And you get a lot of down pressure on that jimping, which is really nice. So it does go out far enough. It would have been interesting if they put jimping all down the spine. I think that would look cool, but really comfortable for its size. No hot spots. That pocket clip vanishes in the middle of my palm since it lands right there. So no issues with the pocket clip. Let's check their reverse grip. Just as good. And you can put your thumb on that flat section here in the back. So yeah, really comfortable either way you hold it. And if you are someone who has large hands or are just a large person in general, I think this thing's gonna fit in hand nicely. I'm sure if Shaq was holding this, it would be tiny. I don't know if you guys know about Wesson Knives, W-E-S-N. They made a knife for him, and it was gigantic, but it looked normal in his hand. But I'm assuming this would be the same thing. This is riding on bearings, so it is going to drop shut since you have just a big chunk of S35 dropping down. And I don't know if you guys can hear it. Hopefully the camera can pick it up. But there is a very nice ting. So this thing sings when it flies out with the flipper tab. Let's try that hole. Okay, so you can reverse flick it, surprisingly. And then for the thumb, oh yeah, no problem. The thumb is way easier than reverse. but reverse is doable. But you really get that blade to sing when you use the flipper tab. So that's pretty cool. I was not expecting this thing to sing. So yeah, I'm probably gonna be fidgeting with this thing when I'm editing my videos. But that's really, really, really serious, and I think it's awesome. They definitely did a good job. Looks like we have a steel insert, which I'm not surprised it has. And I really love that hawkbill blade. Just really, really nice. And let's compare it to the other Kansept that's pretty well known. I'm sure you guys have seen the Corvid XL. So this was their largest knife before the Leviathan. And as you guys can see, the Leviathan is, I'd probably say, a ½ inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch larger. Probably more ½ inch, but yeah, that is something I wasn't expecting because I thought the Corvid XL was going to be undefeated. But as you guys can see, the Leviathan is beating it for sure. You do get a titanium backspacer as well, so you are getting a lot of knife for the money. I forgot the price of it, but I know it's a little bit over 200, but I'll put it up on screen how much this thing is going for. But one thing I'm noticing is that it is not crazy heavy. I know it's large and there's a lot of steel, but I am curious to see. I know it's going to be under 10 ounces. There's no way it's more than 10. Okay, so there you go. It's a little over 9.5, 9.63-ish. So not crazy heavy. And then it looks like we are heavily milled on the inside. So definitely reducing the weight on this thing, which is definitely needed since this thing is almost 10 ounces. But I gotta say, it's pretty well executed. And really quick, I want to make sure this thing comes sharp. So let's check that out really quick. All right, so I found some scrap paper here. Let's see if I can do this on camera. But I think it's safe to say this thing is crazy sharp. And I'm usually not good at cutting paper on camera, but this is definitely very, very sharp. And I think the name is very fitting. Leviathan, which is mentioned in the Bible. Very large creature that no man could kill. But there it is, you guys. Just a big old slab of metal, and really, really excited to customize this thing. I don't know exactly what I'll be doing yet. Maybe just anodizing it. Maybe I'll do a show side custom scale, but we'll see what happens here in the near future. But as always, you guys, thank you for watching. I really appreciate the support, and I will see you guys on the next one.